Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to remove and install a new bulb on a headlight of a 2003 Nissan Altima. Here are the tools that you'll need in order to do this job. I'm going to be using an impact Makita with a nut driver, which has a little magnet in there. It's kind of handy. And a screwdriver. If you don't have the impact, no big deal. Just get a 10mm. An extension might help you out. And a ratchet. And I also got this tray to collect any fasteners that I'm taking off so I don't lose them. This bulb is type H1. So let's pop the hood and get started. So first off, you want to remove this right here. This is some ducting that goes to your air filter. So this guy kind of runs right here. You'll see you have these fasteners. I already took out 3 of them, but I'll show you how to take them out just in case you don't know. This is where your flathead screwdriver comes in handy. Go underneath this guy, give a little pressure, pops right out, and put it in your tray. Next, we can go ahead and lift this guy out once we got all the fasteners. Like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Lift up on this guy and it should come right out. I'm just going to set that to the side there. So next, we're going to want to take out this air box. And the way we're going to do that, I'm going to start right here and loosen this up. This guy should pop off. Just get it loose. Be careful not to pull these wires too much and damage this connector and the wiring. So then over here, you have another 10mm. Careful not to lose that little assembly there. Place that to the side. Now, you're going to need to make sure this is disconnected here, making sure not to pull too much and damage your wiring. You're going to pull up firm. It comes out of its socket. And what you're going to do is just pull this out and just kind of lean it over here to the side. Now looking from the top of the car, you can see we have access to this cylinder, and this is where that light bulb needs to go. The reason I know that is because it's the lower beam, and also it's the one that doesn't turn on when I put on my low beams. Who would have figured? So I'm going to go ahead here and go lefty loosely. Takes a little pressure. Hear that little pop, comes up, and you can see we got this little assembly in here. And the way this works off of this clip right here. This clip just pushes down, pushes over. Once you do that, you can see that this whole assembly gets loose. Now you should be able to pull out the light bulb. So after some wiggling, you get that guy to come out. You got the new one on the bottom, old one on top. It's always good to match them up and make sure that they look at least somewhat similar. Depending on vendors, they'll look a little bit differently, but they'll still hold somewhat the same shape. So it looks like we're good here. We can go on with the installation. Just like we took it out, we're going to put it back in reverse. You can see this piece kind of goes on there too. This is your ground and your positive. So after some wiggling, make sure those plates are on there correctly, lined up, and just clip that back on there. Make sure the connections are still good. Then you get this cylinder again, righty-tighty. You got to make sure to line up the teeth. It has these little grooves right here. You have little teeth that fit in slots. Make sure you get this on there good and correct. If not, you're gonna let moisture in there and you're gonna have your light bulbs fail on you even sooner because everything gets corroded. Just go righty-tighty and you should go until you can't go anymore. Good. So before I go ahead and put everything back the way it is, I'm gonna actually turn on the light. So it looks like that puppy is working the way it should. That's good news. So now we're going to go back and reassemble everything in the reverse order that we took it apart. Starting with this guy. Be gentle with this stuff. Don't go in here like a Neanderthal and start banging stuff around to make it work. It should all just fit back into its spot. Remember, on the bottom part of this, you have to guide it. I don't know if you guys can see, but right here, you got to make sure to get this into that hole and push it in there, and it'll kind of lock there. So you got to line it up, just push it in. You'll know it's engaged because you can't really pull it back out. Get our air duct ring, tighten that up. And then we had this other 10mm that goes right here. The last part is to get this guy back on. So go ahead, pop right in there. Make sure these holes line back up. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 holes. Now we go ahead and put these guys in. And if you had the whole assembly come out, you can just pop that up. Make sure these guys are smushed down. Line up your hole, push it in there, and just pop it back in. So there you go. We went ahead and got that bulb changed. Now we got low beams, and my mom will be another happy camper. She got a son that knows how to do a thing or two. So I'll call this a wrap. Hopefully you guys saved a little bit of money doing this, and feel free to click like and subscribe to us. There'll be more how-to videos to come. That's a wrap. I go in here with this right angle
plastic in there.
Pop it out.